Shalom. Today we will be discussing in regards to a green card which is given following a relationship between a foreign spouse and an American spouse, a marriage relationship, and we will specifically be discussing the interview stage, which is a very important stage in this process. The interview stage is basically the final stage. In this interview stage, the immigration clerk will basically review all the documents to see if there are any missing requirements, and after this interview, the interviewer and the immigration clerk will basically approve or deny the green card. The questions that are asked basically can be asked on almost anything, of course, underneath the umbrella of approving the green card application, but usually the themes are based on either the financial stability of the couple or the authenticity of the relationship. So when it comes to financial stability, it's important to present before the authorities pay stubs, proof of investments, proof of ownership of property, and any other proof of financial stability. When it comes to the authenticity of the relationship, in addition to documents you can provide, such as like a joint rental agreement with both your names, photos, letters from family and friends, even videos you can show, and proof of utility bills on both names, and maybe a joint bank account, and many other evidence that prove a joint life, and we can of course explain further during a more official meeting. Also, questions could be asked, and the questions, if your relationship is sincere, should be questions you're able to answer. However, you'll be surprised that even couples that know each other very much many times may miss some technical details. So it's very important to be prepped properly with a good lawyer that's experienced in this process, because it would be a great shame to fall on a technical detail when the relationship is sincere. Basically, another question we were asked about the questioning is whether couples are separated ever. And yes, in the United States, couples many times could be separated, and questions will be asked separately. This can be a bit stressful at times and pressuring, but if you're properly prepared with all the questions, we usually are able to really prepare our clients well, and this should not be a problem either. In Israel, where we represent most of our clients, this usually doesn't happen, and the couples usually are not separated. As mentioned before, after the interview, the application can be approved or denied. A denial can be very unpleasant, can be very scary, because it's a very important process, and receiving a denial letter is not fun. However, sometimes a denial letter can be based on very technical aspects of missing a requirement or a document, and then you just basically need to fulfill the missing requirements. If you're properly represented, for example with us, the chances of getting a letter like that are very slim, because we would properly prepare you in advance with all the documents so that you wouldn't be missing any technical requirements. However, sometimes applications are denied also on essential matters, like for example if the foreign spouse was blocked entry to the United States, or has entry denial remarks for various reasons. Then it's very important to have a lawyer in advance submit a good application for a green card together with a waiver to try to remove the entry refusal remarks that are connected to the foreign spouse's name. What are the chances basically of being denied? If there are no entry denial remarks on the foreign spouse's name, and if there are no blocks as such, then and if the relationship, of course, is sincere and authentic, and if you're properly prepared and do your proper homework, you definitely should be able to pass this process, and your green card should be approved. And we do always tell our clients that the immigration clerks are prepared and should be able to differentiate between a real relationship and a relationship that is not real. A final question we're asked many times regarding this interview is whether children, minor children, also need to attend the interview. And the answer to this is yes, minor children need to attend, and even babies need to attend. Basically, the whole family cell needs to go to the interview, and our office can assist you with that to prepare the child also mentally and also intellectually. Older children could even be asked some questions, so we can definitely assist with that as well in the preparation process. And we will say on the positive side that having children, it might be the strongest evidence almost for a sincerity of a relationship, and it's a very, very, very difficult, if not impossible, almost to deny a green card application when based on a sincerity of a relationship when children are present and involved. So we actually encourage on that aspect to bring children. And in any case, we're happy to assist with this process and with the interview. And if you have any questions on the matter, you can feel free to contact us. Thank you very much for your time.